Welcome everybody to another product review of both of our liquid injections. We're going to be doing our beef and our pork. We're going to do this just like we do all of our reviews. We're going to start out with the bottle itself. On one side, and they're both identical, so I'm just going to be holding one. We'll have our nutrition panel, our ingredients, our allergens, and our contact information. In this product, what makes this different than our powdered injections is that this is MSG free. And both of them are gluten free, but what makes this really sets itself apart from our powdered injections is that it is MSG free. There is some folks that definitely have allergen problems with that, and that is one reason why we came up with this. Now on the front of the label, you'll see it all the way through. These are 12-ounce bottles, and on the other side, you'll see our logo or an icon up there, a little brief description of the product, and our contact and a UPC. Now this bottle is made up of, it's made of plastic. That way it can sit in your counter, and if it falls out and hits the ground, there's no problem. It's easy to travel with. It sits on retail shelves very well. It is a heat sensitive bottle because we do have to heat this to a certain point for bottling. Now, as you can see, both products, the beef and the pork, you can see a color difference in it. And that has got to do with the beef flavoring added in this. We'll open them up and I'll pour them into cups and we'll get into the coloring and the flavor of each. We have our heat seal right on top. We'll peel this off. Open it up. The safety seal is on the inside. I'm going to do a smell like I always do. I get a very good savory smell, and what that is, it's the vegetable proteins that are in it. I can smell something very, I want to say beefy, but it's hard to smell what beef is, but that's what I'm going to say. I've got a clear cup. I'm going to pour it in. And while we're pouring this, I want you to look at the viscosity of it. It is thicker than water, but it's not thick like ketchup, salad dressing, things of like that. Okay. And what I want to do is show you where I poured it on there. You can see, well, if I can get it out of the light, you can kind of see on the edge there, right in here, where it kind of sticks to the glass. There you can see it. And that serves a purpose for what exactly it is. The purpose of this needs to be a little thicker than water. Now, let me open up the pork, and I'll explain that while I'm opening up the pork and pouring it into a cup. It needs to be thicker than water so that when you do pour it, so that when you do put it into a piece of meat, it doesn't just come right out real quick. It needs to be a little thicker product. I'm going to pour a little bit more beef so that we can hold them up to the camera to see the difference. Now you can see the difference really good. Here's the beef, here's the pork, there's a color difference. And the color difference on the beef is the beef flavoring itself. Now, the main ingredient in this is exactly what our competition, the powdered injection, is. We take our prime injection, we send it to our plant in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They mix it and they blend it with what is needed per our directions, and then they bottle it. The difference is no MSG. Now, this is going to be a unique taste, something that you normally wouldn't do, but I'm going to taste it. I'm going to take one for the team here, and I'm going to taste it and tell everybody what I get. Right up front, It's salty, and it needs to be. That saltiness is the flavors. Well, it helps with the osmosis once it's injected to there for the cell structure. So this injection works into the cells and muscles of the meat. The second thing I get is kind of a twang, and the beef flavoring is there, but that's really all I get out of it. It's not as salty to me as our powdered injections, and that's our beef. Now I'm going to set this, and we're going to try the pork product. I'll taste it and see if I can taste anything different. There is a difference. Just like the first one, I get a little bit of the salt up front, but the robust of the beefiness isn't there. You don't realize what you're getting out of that because of everything else. I do get that a tanginess flavor. On a spice scale, there's no heat, none whatsoever. On a flavor scale, it's full of flavor, absolutely. They come in 12-ounce bottles, and out of the 12-ounce bottles, we recommend using 1 bottle per pork butt or 1 bottle per brisket. Now, the proper method of injecting this is taking your injector or taking a cup, a bowl, and pour it into it like we did. You do not want to take your injector and put it directly into the top of the bottle and then pull your injection out of that and start injecting and then go back, because that needle will be contaminated from that beef. And if you put it back inside this bottle, you really should not be saving it. But this way, if you've got a small brisket or a small piece of pork, you can save this and pull it out of your refrigerator and use it at a later time. But this way, if you put it into a cup or bowl and pull the injection and then use it in the meat, then the bottle product is safe to use. This product does come with a 2-year shelf life. It can be kept non-refrigerated until it's opened. After it's opened, it needs to be refrigerated. You can find these products and many more of our products on any of our retailer shelves. Go in, ask your favorite retail store where to find the liquid brisket and beef, or sorry, where to find our liquid brisket and pork injection, or on our retail site.